Good morning, SKN. I'm Jamie Morris.
And I'm Cortenta Carty. And it is Friday, and we have so much in store on this lovely Friday. But guess what? As we always say, you have to stay tuned to know what's up. But we will begin this morning with the latest in local news. The cable joined Sugar Mass as a platinum sponsor. This from the National Carnival Committee press release. In a significant handing over ceremony, the cable St. Kitts has come on board as the latest platinum sponsor for Sugar Mass 51. This event took place on Tuesday, November the 30th, 2022. Ms. Yarani Morton represented the cable St. Kitts, and chair of the St. Kitts National Carnival Committee, Shannon Hawley, was on hand to receive the check. Ms. Yarani Morton said that the cable St. Kitts has an established relationship with the St. Kitts and Nevis National Carnival Committee and is excited to be part of Sugar Mass 51 as an official internet provider. Over the past 2 years, the cable has powered the live streaming of all St. Kitts and Nevis National Carnival Committee events during the COVID-19 pandemic. The company continues to live its mantra, more where it matters, and is proud to support the St. Kitts and Nevis National Carnival Committee's effort to showcase the carnival culture of St. Kitts and Nevis to virtual audiences all over the world. Ms. Hawley stressed the importance of having the cable as a strategic partner with the world engulfed by the COVID-19 pandemic over the past 2 years. The company stepped up to ensure nationals and friends of Sugar Mass got the opportunity to engage in the last 2 carnival celebrations regardless of their location. Nice.
All right, and in other news, students received Taiwanese scholarship. This from SKNIS. Over 150 students from both secondary and tertiary level education institutions were the recipients of a monetary scholarship from the Embassy of Republic of China on Taiwan. The annual handing over ceremony was held Wednesday, November 30th at the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church Auditorium, acknowledging their continued pledge and support to the development of the Federation's human resources. His Excellency Michael Lin, resident ambassador of the Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan, congratulated the recipients. He said, quote, "I would like to congratulate all of you on your remarkable achievement. This scholarship is recognition of your hard work and excellent academic performance. I encourage you to continue the good work and go above and beyond in your studies, because education helps you prepare for your future career, and success comes to those who work hard," end quote. Echoing the sentiments of congratulations, Minister of Education, the Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, petitioned to the recipients to make the most of the moment and pay it forward.
Indeed, indeed. Congratulations to the recipients, and continue to do well in your academic endeavors. We continue now for the collaboration expected between SKNIPA and NIABA with signing of MOU. This from SKN Vibes. Officials within the St. Kitts National Youth Parliament Association, SKNIPA, has described the recent working visit of the National Youth Parliament Association of Antigua and Barbuda as a success, and said that the public can look forward to more collaborations in the future. This is due to the formal signing of a memorandum of understanding between the 2 youth associations. SKNIPA's President Muriel Knight and NIPABA President Kamali Mannix signed the MOU for their respective organizations after a joint mock parliament on Friday, November the 25th, 2022. Mr. Knight said, and quote, "It basically established and details the relation that SKNIPA and NIABA will have, noting that a virtual version of the joint agreement was signed in February this year." President Mannix noted that several joint initiatives are spelled out in the memorandum, the most significant of which is an annual exchange. As such, SKNIPA will visit Antigua in 2023. However, plans for this event are shaping up to exceed original plans following a recent engagement with the governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, Governor Timothy Antwine, and other senior bank officials. Bigger and better.
So it seems. All right, moving on to a check of our local weather. It's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 80 degrees and a low of 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Currently at 79 degrees already. Take a look at your weekly and hourly forecasts as we head to a break. More GMS scan on the other side.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First, you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We continue with the latest in regional news. Consumption Coast Guard officer graduates from Top Maritime University. This from Luke Caribbean. Coast Guard officer, Chief Petty Officer CPO Gordon Charles is now the holder of a Master of Science degree in Maritime Affairs, specializing in maritime education and training from the World Maritime University based in Sweden. CPO Charles graduated on October 31st with a grade point average of above 3.0. This outstanding achievement demonstrates Charles's commitment and resilience through hard work and sacrifice. Charles was awarded a scholarship funded by the International Maritime Organization, the IMO Korea, on recommendation from the SVG Maritime Administration to undertake the master's program. He left SVG on September 19, 2021 for Sweden and successfully completed his degree in 14 months. He's the first Vincentian to pursue studies in this field of maritime education and training. Charles said, quote, "I've gained extensive knowledge about maritime education and training on various levels across a broad spectrum. The program included all facets of maritime, such as law administration, and education, and was designed for those who work in the maritime business, including stakeholders, educators, and seafarers," end quote.
That's nice.
Absolutely great. First, it's great to be a pioneer.
Exactly. We continue now with international news. 100% hydrogen-powered jet engine successfully tested by EasyJet and Rolls-Royce. This from the Good News Network. Rolls-Royce and EasyJet yesterday confirmed they have set a new aviation milestone with the world's first run of a modern jet engine on green hydrogen fuel. The ground test was conducted on an early concept demonstrator using green hydrogen that was created by wind and tidal power. It marks a major step towards providing that hydrogen could be a zero-carbon aviation fuel of the future. Both companies have set out to prove that hydrogen can safely and efficiently deliver power for civil jet engines and are already planning a second set of tests. With a longer-term ambition to carry out flight tests before the end of the decade, the partnership was inspired by the UN initiative Race to Zero that many companies have signed on to in order to try and reach zero emissions from operations by the mid-century mark. As of now, most renewable or green aviation fuels have been through vegetable oil or other biological fuels. However, it's considered to be the only way to fully decarbonize the aviation industry, which accounts for about 3.6% of global greenhouse gas emissions. So that's good. We're really working towards 2030. Yeah. So Jamie, who do we have on today?
Oh, well, we have the winner and the sous chef of the gender of Department of Gender Affairs, forgive me. I must be really tired this morning. All right. The winner of the Bassapot cooking competition was organized by the Department of Gender Affairs for International Men's Day. And yeah, they're going to be here.
Yeah, we also have the Seawell organization, so you have to stay tuned to find out what Seawell stands for. And we also have Caribbean Connections, where we connect with our Caribbean neighbors today, and so much more. But guess what? You have to stay tuned to see all that's happening today. See you after this short break.
Welcome to another Infused Friday, and we have another amazing infused water recipe for you today, which is mango, papaya and pineapple. So let's get into just some of the benefits of this fine selection of fruit. Mango juice is full of potassium and magnesium, the two compounds that regulate blood pressure in the body. Consuming mango juice daily can help one keep fit and maintain blood pressure and keep hypertension in check. Drinking mango juice also makes sure there is enough fluid in the body to keep it balanced. Did you know that mangoes are good for your eyes, improves immunity, great for digestion, helps fight cholesterol and may burn fat and reduces acne? Papayas contain high levels of antioxidants, vitamin A, vitamin C and vitamin E. Diets high in antioxidants may reduce the risk of heart disease. The antioxidants prevent the oxidation of cholesterol. When cholesterol oxidizes, it's more likely to create blockages that lead to heart disease. And finally, pineapple, rich in vitamin C and manganese, which promotes healthy bones. Pineapple is packed with disease-fighting antioxidants. Thanks to the antioxidants, pineapple has cancer-fighting properties. In addition, pineapples can aid digestion and assist in weight loss. Now for the ingredients. You need 1/4 cup of papaya, 1 cup of mango, 1/4 cup of pineapple, 1/2 cup of ice and 12 ounces of cold water. Directions: wash fruits well, chop and slice ingredients and add to a large jar or jug of iced water. Stir and serve in tall glasses. Refreshing. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
I eat some veggies for dinner. Let me just check the amount of sodium in this can. Oh no, this is too much. Let me try our next option. They did say it's healthy to consume less salt. This is much better. I am salt smart.
Consuming excess salt can lead to heart attack, high blood pressure, and even stroke, and other health-related conditions such as kidney disease.
In honor of International Men's Day, the Department of Gender Affairs partnered with the Ministry of Health in your kitchen to host the inaugural Bus-a-Pot Cook-Off. This initiative was geared towards eradicating gender stereotypes regarding traditionally assigned household roles. It also sought to promote healthy expressions of masculinity. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with the winning chef and his sous chef of the first ever Bus-a-Pot Cook-Off. Join us in welcoming Imran Francis, chef, and Val McLeod, sous chef.
Welcome, gentlemen.
Welcome, gentlemen. Good to see you again. And officially, congratulations on
Indeed,
the big
congrats.
win. Thank you. All right, so let's talk about this competition. Did you go into it expecting to win?
No.
No. So some humility there. Why?
We just going for fun.
You went for fun.
For the fun of it, yeah.
Okay. I remember speaking with you at the competition as well, and one of the things that I found fascinating about you is that you said you wanted to learn from the others who were cooking. Did you take away any trade secrets?
No.
Everybody had their secrets?
Yes.
Wow, it was that tense. So how did you gentlemen find out about the competition? Okay. Okay.
Grill and chill.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Me to. He wanted me to go and represent him. That's what he said.
Okay. And you represented him, and you won.
Bring me in the try.
Oh, okay.
You tried, okay.
Well, that trial was a good one, because you gentlemen are the winners, I must say.
Okay, so let's talk about the experience of cooking on a coal pot, because this was really what it was. The ingredient, the master ingredient, or the main ingredient, was yardfall, which was interesting in and of itself, but then to cook yardfall on a coal pot. Any experience with coal pot cooking, any experience with yardfall, and how did you merge the two in that competition?
Growing up in Grenada, you have to do this thing. The young boy growing up, we're cooking on the block, that is common. So it was very easy for us to implement it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like everyday thing. Yeah. I'm from the country. He's from the country.
Okay.
Country and town. I'm from the country, so you use coal pot and, as you say, tree stove. Firewood.
Okay. Okay.
I gotta say, Professor, in passing by this station, because I was there on Sunday, and every time I passed by your station, I meant to go somewhere else and I lingered a little bit. And I said to them, I lingered because of the spices coming from the food. It was just so awesome to smell. Wow. Grenadian spice in there or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Figured. Spice, you know.
A lot of spice. So we use like cinnamon and clove and nothing like that. Ginger as well. Bay leaves.
Ooh.
Ginger.
So, how did you guys come up with the recipes that you wanted to present at the Bus-a-Pot competition?
Okay. But I came up with the recipe, right?
Okay.
The idea came from just by the theme of the Bus-a-Pot. You say Bus-a-Pot, it's like, I call him and I say, well, let's show him about today.
Okay.
So, that is where it really came from.
Okay.
And when you say you're going to cook out, that's Bus-a-Pot.
Yeah.
There are certain recipes that I think about, which were fascinating because some of the other competitors chose some strange recipes for outdoor cooking.
So you kept it in team.
Yes, kind of simple. And like everyday stuff. You go outside to cook with friends, you cook as well. You go outside, you cook some provision, just shoot some chicken or something, you know?
Oh, okay.
That's why I kept it kind of simple.
He stuck to the theme. That's good.
It's interesting because when we talk about the criteria, there was, I think, taste, texture, presentation, that sort of thing. And if you saw what they prepared, it was just so good to look at, apart from smelling it and then imagine it. Simple, right? Simple. Any rivalry going on between the groups as as you were competing? Because I didn't see that at all. I saw you moving around to like help people to see what they needed, etc.
I don't know how to put it, but to me, we were at an advantage today. Because it's like, some of them look like first time we little cool.
Ooh.
I saw that, yes.
Yeah, that's true.
First time?
Boy, living in the country paid off, huh?
Yeah.
Lovely. Mm-hmm.
We were at a decent plan because we do that almost every day. I still do it in St.
Nice.
Every day.
We go to the beach. We cook on the beach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we don't bring food to the beach. We cook on the beach.
Yeah, for real.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine if I call you and say, let's go to the beach. Put on a pot or something. Would you think about macaroni pie?
No way.
You never know.
You want some soup or something?
Maybe we could take our oven there.
Oh, you.
But no, honestly, we won't think of macaroni pie. Just being comical. Okay.
Well, the main ingredient being yard fall, I gotta ask again. I think the advantage that you guys have was the experience that you had, because what the judges said when they talked about it is that some people's yard fall, unfortunately, wasn't cooked. I mean, I see your expression.
Yes.
That wasn't cooked.
Oh my God.
Yours, perfect, from what I could tell. Pressurizing.
Oh, the pressure.
Listen, you got.
Yeah, you have to.
Gave you the option.
Okay.
But it had to be done on the cold part.
Yes.
Right? So if you're not accustomed to yard food, which clearly some of them wasn't accustomed, because you wouldn't choose a recipe like that. With yard food. Yard food is maybe 100 times
Tougher.
harder than
The average
supermarket chicken.
Yes,
You understand?
I know that for sure.
So you're accustomed.
So your experience helped you out.
Are those recipes available to the public? Are you going to sell them? I know that they're going to be published, if I'm not mistaken, right?
They are available. But not yard food.
Why not? Oh, okay. I just thought maybe since you have cooked it, it's something that you. What are your occupations, by the way? Are you a chef by profession?
I'm a grandmother's chef.
Grandmother chef? What? A grandmother chef? Okay. Oh, so you're a grandmother chef. Okay. All right.
Just cook for myself.
Oh, okay.
I know you can cook for the masses.
I
You cook
know.
I'm sure
Look at
people will
that.
be flocking you to find out exactly what else you can cook, because this was just so well done.
I can cook anything.
Jamie, you tasted? Because you seem like you tasted.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, nice.
I really can cook anything.
Okay, I like that. I like that attitude.
It will be done with my flavors.
Okay, nice. Okay, nice. Oh.
All right.
But if you get the yard food, I can cook it for you. It's easy.
Don't worry, we have lots flying around. I'll be sure. I'll call you guys up. Help control the yard fall population. All right, we'll be back in a moment with more GMS SKN. Stay tuned, guys.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN as we continue our engaging and I would say laughable conversation because we had a good little laugh during the break with Imran and Val. So gentlemen, I want to know, well, Imran said he's a granny cook, right? So how long have both of you been cooking and both as sous chef? Well, I should say sous chef duo or separately? Okay.
Large scale or cooking for people?
Cooking for, well, how long have the two of you been cooking?
Together?
Yeah. See why I say laughable?
Okay, we are really music.
Yes.
And we kind of stick together, so
Okay.
we cook often.
Okay.
Very often. In St. Kitts.
Okay. So is there a Grenadian association in St. Kitts and you guys meet up on the beach and, well, guys and gals?
But not a registered one.
Okay.
Yeah. But actually, we are the ones doing the job.
Oh, in the carnival?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
Nice.
actually doing it this year.
Ooh.
Again.
Mm-hmm.
Registration forms and so on. Oh, no.
Okay.
Get them online.
Okay.
Facebook and so on.
Okay.
It sounds like you guys integrated very well here, I have to say.
Yes.
We were talking during the break, and Cortensia neglected to mention what we were talking about in particular.
I was trying.
The type of, well, you did mention it. You said we were having a comical conversation. We're talking about the types of wildlife that you are familiar cooking, which is why the yard fowl was very easy. Why don't you tell our viewers what some of those things are?
The wildlife?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Only if you want to.
We also have monkeys. St. Kitts have monkeys.
Yes.
We have
Iguana.
Oh, nice.
Armadillo, which we call tattoo. We have, you say possum, we say manitou.
Yeah. The crayfish.
Yeah,
crayfish.
We are into birds, different birds.
Oh, nice.
We have agoutis, you have in Guyana. We have a lot of different types.
Oh, nice.
What we eat, but there's some we don't eat. We got the snakes. We have the snakes, we got the mongols. Those things, we don't eat those.
I'm surprised you guys don't eat the snakes because there are folks in Guyana that eat snakes.
You can't kill the Grenadian dove, so you can't eat it.
Oh, okay.
So it's a national bird.
Oh.
You can eat the ramier. Ramier is one you can eat.
What is that?
A bird.
A bird as well. Okay.
Big bird, big as a fowl.
You guys have a lot of experience. I mean, just hearing about this wildlife, the yard fowl was nothing. You see
What part of the country in Grenada?
From Upper to St. David's.
Okay, in St. David's. Okay. Okay.
So our we kind of boundary to each other under the rainforest.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I've never been to Grenada.
Yeah,
I've
they
met
have
Grenadians.
forests.
I told you about that, but I've never been to Grenada.
It's got a good sized forest.
Yeah.
It passed right through the island.
Okay, great.
And he live in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
I live in the bottom.
Wow. Nice.
From the east side.
He's from the west?
Middle.
Even the middle.
That's being funny. I'm just being funny, gentlemen. Oh, Lord. Okay.
All right, so when we talk about the best cooking competition and the stereotypes that typically place women in the kitchen, what do you think participating in this competition showcase to the public at large about these stereotypical gender roles?
Well, it's been told that men are better cook. Yeah, men are better cook. And I do all my cooking for myself, so.
Also, men are better cooks.
Yeah, everything.
Okay. We need to have a competition.
Well, I had competition from since 9, 10.
Yeah, and you win all the time.
Well, to me, I win.
Brandon should be a comedian.
I cook most of the outdoor stuff. Because I've never been to culinary classes. So
Okay.
she's been.
Okay.
She has a bunch of different diplomas in those stuff.
Yes.
So she doing fancy cooking.
Okay.
She do the Sunday cooking then.
Okay.
And I do the Monday too.
I like it.
She still thinks she can cook better than me, but I cook more regular than she.
Oh,
curious.
nice,
Well,
nice,
do
yes.
you take any of her secrets or skills?
Yeah,
Do you?
man, all the time, man.
Like what?
That's my. I always okay when I cook. I want to cook my way. But I like to look at people and what they do, and take whatever I can from them.
Okay. And tweak your part.
For example, you cook this meal here or recipe or whatever. I want to do it, but I want to put my twist to it.
Okay, so that originality comes through.
Right. My twist.
What about you, Val?
With
Yes, cooking and originality.
yes, all my food are original. I try different things when I do. As I say, I cook for myself. Yeah, so I try different things as well. Don't measure anything, we just put things in.
That's the sign of a great cook, by the way.
We just put things and taste.
So then the question is, when it came to putting your recipe together and letting everybody know what you were going to do, quantities and so on, was that difficult for you?
No.
Everything and just get showing the pot.
I actually did the recipe in the kitchen. Remember what I did yesterday? Just write some.
Okay. Okay.
Remember how I start, then second, third, fourth.
That's from memory. You see that? Okay.
Yeah,
So Mark is a
indeed.
great cook. But you do it all the time. Exactly.
So it was the soup was a little bit different from what we get here, but it's the same as we cook back home.
Okay. What was the difference in the soup? I want to know.
You really want me to say my secret?
Okay, sorry, he can't say secret. Okay. Hold on.
It wasn't hard to do because it was everyday stuff.
It's like automatic for you. Yeah. They really weren't under pressure, I have to say. Like, I guess you guys were the most
As he said, he's accustomed to the cold pot.
of the four.
Yeah, he's
We
accustomed.
came early, we prepare everything, and then we sit and wait and have a drink while we was waiting on the guys and other guys.
Just wait. Because we had the plan how we were going to execute.
Yes.
From step 1 to 10. When you came, you realized we only had one pot of time. And we were sitting. It was the yard full of pressure. But everything else is ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Nice.
when check the chicken and it reaches a certain level of tenderness, we start to cook. Pots are ready.
And they had 2 hours in which to do it, which was the whole point.
They're killing me, how they just come and take a drink, they put on the
I was
pot.
taken back by some of the choices that some of the competitors choose. Because you have 90 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, for.
Yes.
When you get another, how you get another? It's very hard.
Yes.
So you pressure it. The first one. 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah. To tenderize it.
You have maybe an hour left.
Then you bust the pot with everything else. Nice.
It was kind of easy.
You guys got great prizes, by the way, so congratulations
I
again.
tell you, the soup we done with yellow split peas.
Oh, typical.
Sweet.
Yeah, the guy needs to use that base too. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you get a kind of smooth finish.
Yes, indeed. And then the chicken just flake apart in the soup. Yeah, I'm accustomed. I just don't eat it now.
Somebody's watching right now, and they want to know when are they going to taste the winning soup, the winning dishes. How do they contact you guys for that?
Well, I do a small amount of cooking, right? But I only do it on Thursdays and Saturdays.
Okay.
Saturdays we do our traditional Grenadian dishes. It's called all.
Oh no.
We do that on Saturdays. You can contact me and get it on Saturdays. On Thursdays you can get things like stew chicken, curry mutton, stew pork, saltfish. We say sauce, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you call it here? Saltfish. They say what?
I know the saltfish sauce.
But we say saltfish sauce, right?
Yeah, with the saltfish and the cucumbers. Yeah.
Everything,
Yeah.
You can get that on Thursdays.
Yeah.
All right.
Contact me 662-4343.
665-1144.
Okay, very easy to remember.
Yeah.
Only Thursdays and Saturdays.
Thursdays and Saturdays. Got you. Busy man.
Yeah.
If you get the for we can.
Bust the pot, indeed.
Bust the pot again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have one final thing before we go. For the boys and men that are watching, who might feel as though they don't belong in the kitchen, what advice do you have for them?
Take that off the mind.
Take it off the mind?
Yeah. take that
Okay.
off.
Challenge yourself. Maybe look at mommy. And most of all, Try to be independent because you don't know when you would end up on your own.
On your own, yeah.
You don't want to eat in a crate all 7 days. Yeah?
Indeed.
It's just the way you say it.
Yeah, exactly.
You would, okay, let's say for example you feel for fried chicken. You telling me you can't fry chicken? Season some, marinate some chicken, and fry some chicken. You would have to go to KFC or fast food outlet. But what if they close? What are you going to do?
Fry your own chicken.
And when you can't cook, you know when you leave the house empty, you come back and meet it empty, yeah?
That is so true.
Yeah, so
That is so true.
there's one to turn your hand.
Yes.
It's very important. Yeah, there's one to turn your hand, as we just say back home.
Nice, nice.
All right. It was great to catch up with you. Congratulations again. And looking forward to next year's competition. Hopefully you participate again. All right?
Yeah.
All right.
We gotta defend ourselves, let's see next time.
That note.
Stay tuned. Much more after the break.
It's Infused Friday. Welcome to today's recipe. But before we get into that, let me give you some information about the benefits of H2O. Infused water adds more to your H2O. It not only gives you the same refreshed feeling that water does, but it adds flavor and nutritional benefits. Adding different combinations of herbs, fruits, and spices to your water can lead to endless combinations that are not only delicious, but extremely good for you. Helping to control bloating, because many women suffer from bloating due to excess salt or hormonal fluctuation. Water-rich foods such as lemon and cucumber can help control this problem. How does this link into relaxation? Well, if you infuse your drink with herbs that are linked to relaxation, such as sage, this often helps. What are the benefits of anti-aging? Well, if you add dark berries and pomegranate seeds, which are rich in antioxidants, this can help protect against the effects of aging. Let's talk about metabolism. Many fruits can boost your metabolism and help with weight loss, so be sure to add in your raspberries, strawberries, tangerines, and any other delicious fruit. Now, let's move on to the recipe for this Friday, which is watermelon and lemon mint. Ingredients: 1 small cup of watermelon pieces, 1 large lemon sliced, and a handful of fresh mints. Now for the directions, very simple. You just need a pitcher and add 1 small cup of watermelon sliced, 1 large lemon sliced, and a handful of fresh mint. Muddle ingredients and fill pitcher with ice water, and you're good to go. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First, you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
Cheers.
An exotic experience.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. It has long been documented that women have often been marginalized from positions of leadership and power. Thankfully, there has been continuous effort to reform this in recent years. In our region, organizations like Caribbean Women in Leadership, CWIL, have taken up this mantle and are committed to increasing the number of women in leadership and decision-making in political and civic life. To tell us more about CWIL's efforts, we are pleased to be speaking with one of our own celebrities right here in St. Kitts, Miss Naima Hazel, chairperson of CWIL. Good morning, Naima, and it's our pleasure to welcome you back.
Oh, it's like I'm on a new play, like good morning. Like, I feel like I actually belong in the same room. CWIL 327, what for today? I'm like, CWIL today. So thank you for having me. Thank you. Always.
You are certainly welcome. So for the novice, what is CWIL? Or who is CWIL? What year was CWIL started?
Oh, wow.
This is my question, yes. What's its vision and its mission?
I want to tell you what year CWIL started, but I don't even think I know that for sure. But I will answer your question. CWIL is the Caribbean Institute for Women in Leadership. It was actually started under 3 women, Ambassador Roslyn Hazel, Lady Anande, who I believe will be on your show next week for Caribbean Connections.
Nice.
She's still with the organization, and Sheila Williams out of Antigua, along with a few other women who felt like women needed more support and needed to be better advocates for each other in order for us to get more spaces at the table. And that organization started over 10, 15 years ago. I just happened to be in this influx. They revigorated it under new leadership, and Nene and Lady Anande will speak about that next week, Nane Besse, and we were able to become the first chapter of CWIL. So St. Kitts Nevis is the first chapter from the regional organization. But we also have chapters in Belize, Trinidad, I couldn't give you all of them, St. Lucia, and a few other islands as well.
Okay, nice.
All right, so one of your main objectives is transformational leadership.
That's correct.
Okay, what is transformational leadership? What does it look like?
Oh, well, it's holistic, right? When we look at leadership, we think of leadership, sometimes we think only in decision, when we think of women in decision making, we think of politics, right? But in order for us to be leaders, we need to be transformational leaders. It's not about you just getting to the top, but how you are able to transform your life, your relationship with other women, your spaces, and also the landscape of leadership. So transformational leadership is like a holistic approach of leadership that brings women together, that we would work together to advance all women and to improve the overall landscape of political and civic life.
And you're better able to do that by uniting?
Of course, you know, nobody really says it out loud, but sometimes we're our own worst enemy, you know, sometimes we're working against each other. And we've discovered, and it's actually been a very successful model for us, if you can see through St. Kitts and Nevis alone, we've really exponentially grown, and a big part of that was us learning as women to work together. You know, often as women, we work against our own best interests, in the interest of our parties, or in the interest of our businesses or our bosses, but this is a bipartisan group. So it actually has membership from all the political groups. We have members from Labor, we have members from PLP, we have members from PAM, we have members from NRP, we have members from CCM, and we all get along just fine. And we work together towards our goals. But often what's happened in the past, and happens across the region and across the world, is that women are pushing a platform that is not necessarily serving their own interests. And because we're fighting against each other in the political realms, we're not looking at the ways that we're connected and that we could transform things together. So an organization like CWIL looks at our connectivity, the things that we have in common, as opposed to our differences, and we work together to achieve those goals.
Nice. So let's talk about the strategies that are used by the organization to create leadership position or to get women into leadership positions.
Well, we do a lot of capacity building. So you would see in the last elections, CWIL will offer training in areas. Being a woman in leadership is very different than being a man in leadership, because we have different pulls and factors that we have to consider as women. People don't really think about the fact, like, so if a woman is running for government, who's watching her child? When she's going to all these political meetings, who's managing the things that she would manage at home, plus her job. She's got all these other roles to play. The Megan says, it's time to go. We used to make a joke, actually, in the party. They'd say, oh, we have this meeting, and everybody's ready to go. We'll be here at 4 o'clock. We're like, well, what's going to happen to Minister? Well, then it was candidate Henderson. She's got to get ready. Like, she's the only female. She can't just come. She can't wash her face and come,
Yes.
So there's a lot of, sometimes it's just those little minute details. So it's a lot of consideration. So we do a lot of work in capacity building, what to expect as a woman in this arena, how to still hold on to your womanhood in this arena and use that as an advantage, how you bring that to the space and make a space better. So Siebel does a lot of work in capacity building. What we've discovered within our own organization locally is that we want to do some more work in healing and self-care. So we have up and coming for the 16 days of advocacy. They're going to say, well, where's Seawell? We're actually doing a lot of internal work. We'll be out, of course, doing our outreach in terms of a campaign we have, which you can ask me about in a second. I call it Each One Reach One. But also we want to do a retreat with our women in heart congruence. We're going to be doing that with Natalia Esposito. She's going to be helping us with some heart congruence and some team building and some internal organizational building to help us to work better with each other.
Nice.
So that's what we're focusing on because we think it's important. You can't be good advocates if we're not advocating for ourselves and for others. So that's one of the areas that we're focusing on at this time. So it's just a lot of training, capacity building, outreach. Currently, the region is actually having a conference in Trinidad.
Oh, nice.
Unfortunately, St. Kitts was not able to attend because they could not organize flights. Intercaribbean travel is quite challenging right now. So we've just been participating online. So these are the kinds of things that Siebel does to strengthen us. We work with other women's organizations throughout the region.
Something that you said earlier piqued my interest because when you spoke, you mentioned working, despite the differences that you have, looking for those points of connection.
Yes.
And I wanted to ask you, from your experience, not only with the St. Kitts chapter, but internationally as well, what are some of those points of connectivity?
Well, to be honest, we need to get into the spaces. Women are very different, We've almost been taught that there's one space, and we're all fighting for the one space. So you'll find in organizations that women are at each other, and and it's not that. It's also the way we express ourselves. When we feel about something, we will tell you. This is how we feel about it. It doesn't mean we're arguing. It just means this is what the issue is.
I love that you understand that, by the way.
What did you expect?
It's an issue. So there's ways that we relate, that we have to connect with each other, and there's spaces that we need to get in, that we need each other to get into those spaces. And often we are like crabs in a barrel, fighting each other down for this one space, but it's not the truth. So we have to really move away from that false idea that there's not enough spaces for us, and that I think the Prime Minister says if you're not at the table, you're on the table.
You're on the menu.
You're on the menu. You're at the table, you're on the menu, correct? So we have to always remember that as women, when we work together, there's room for all of us.
So
irrespective of our
follow-up question to that is, do you think that fight comes because, as you said, there is the perception that there's a limited number of spaces, but also the women want to be the first, and perhaps the first woman in a certain position doesn't necessarily pave the way for other women?
I would say we don't necessarily want to be the first, but what you're saying secondarily, yes. I think that often some women get into spaces and they don't pave the way for other women. And it comes from the first part, the idea that this woman got the space and there's no room. And also we get into spaces and we get into the idea that we have to behave like men in the spaces. But the reason that we're in the spaces is to bring that feminine energy into a space. It changes things. It looks at things from a different way. They like to say men see things in black and white and women see things in color. So we really bring color to every space.
So I see Siwa is going to be working with the UN Secretariat during the 25 days of activism, 16 days of activism.
16 days.
My bad. It just started on November the 25th.
We always work with the UN Secretariat, and that's the training that they're doing right now.
Okay, so can you tell us how will this be collaborated?
Well, if we were there, it actually collaborates through our strategic plan throughout the year. So CWIL itself has its own strategic plan, and each chapter then in turn has a strategic plan that falls in line with CWIL's plan, but also has its own variances.
Okay.
So as I said, CWIL has its own strategic plan for women's advocacy and transformation leadership. We'll come back on and talk about again. But then we are working internally on just building women and our own relationships with each other and growth in that way. But we always work with UN Women, and we also work with Parles America. They do a lot of funding for us, the group out of Canada. And so there's a lot of regional support. And they also provide us some funding for projects per quarter that we can use. I think we've used it for like t-shirt campaigns. We're going to use some for a transformational leadership workshop that we'll be doing at the end of January. So that's an important part of the strategy that's involved with that. So they'll be coming to the island.
Oh, nice.
Usually we bring women from the other neighboring islands like Montserrat, Antigua, etc. And they will also come and we'll do a transformational leadership workshop. And our first day and our second day, continued strategic planning.
Okay.
All right, each one reach one.
So CWIL wants to grow. We want to grow. We want more members. We're really proud of our membership so far. We've got one of our members, of course, is Dr. Joyelle Clark, Honorable Senator Dr. Joyelle Clark, the Minister of State. And of course, we have another Honorable Minister, Iselin Phillip, is a new member. So we've already reached a few. Then we also have we're doing some training, hopefully, for NEVIS with NRP's leader, Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge. And of course, in the previous elections, CWIL did training work with Honorable Minister Marsha Henderson. So we did some work with her as well that was very helpful to her team. So we have that as well. So we are always trying to expand our leadership. Now we're looking at NEVIS elections coming up. We've got 5 candidates for women. Right? So each one reach one is the idea that we are going out there as women, and each CWIL current member or potential member brings another woman to our next meeting or another woman. So each meeting you should bring one more woman so that we can grow. So this year we'll go from our numbers and we have double and then it's double. And it's double. So it's a membership drive called Each One Reach One, and just trying to get more women involved in CWIL and to grow our membership more exponentially.
Now that we're on that vein, just before we go, because I realize we might be out of time, in terms of membership, how can persons join? Is there an application process?
Well, we do have a Facebook page, CWIL SKN on Facebook. So you can go on our page. We've got now linking on our page. We used to do a kind of manual form that wasn't really working out for us, you know, and the technology. So now we're actually moved to a Google form.
Oh, nice.
So you can sign up on the Google site. There is a membership fee, 135 EC a year.
Oh, that's
nothing.
Yeah, no, easy.
What's a 10? 135 US a year. And we will actually restart our membership fees from January because we had a few blocks, so it's hard to collect all around the year. So when we do our transformational leadership, we'll start again fresh with new membership fees for those who are current members and those who are joining. So you could just go on our website and sign up, or any CWIL members, our board, which I didn't even say, sorry. I am the chair of CWIL, and then our vice chair is Rillis Percival. And our secretary is Rhonda Nisbet Brown. Our treasurer is Seba Jones out of NEVIS. And then our public relations officer is Mervan Thompson.
Okay, nice.
So yeah, pretty diverse. Women from St. Kitts, NEVIS, representing almost all of the parties, representing youth and the more mature. We're the more mature, I think. So you can ask any of us as well, and of course we have our own chat, and we'll be putting out more information on social media so that women will know when they could sign up, especially for January's transformational leadership.
Always a pleasure catching up with you, Naomi.
Oh my gosh, it went so fast.
Yeah.
I know.
I got to come back, and next week hopefully I'll be able to come when Lady Anande's on Caribbean Connections. She's going to be very phenomenal for you, so I'm really excited. And that's, of course, part of our 16 days of advocacy. We're doing a media blitz. And on Sunday, we'll be on Mind, Body, and Soul on Freedom. And we'll be talking, and we'll also have Senator Honorable Senator Iselin Phillip. She'll be on there also talking about the changes in domestic violence legislation. And so that's going to be a great opportunity for people to be able to call in and ask some questions as well.
Oh, nice. Well, they heard it here first. So
Yes.
call in and
Thank you.
answer. Much more Caribbean Connections up next. Stay tuned.
Thanks, Lynn.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
It's Infused Friday. Welcome to today's recipe. But before we get into that, let me give you some information about the benefits of H2O. Infused water adds more to your H2O. It not only gives you the same refreshed feeling that water does, but it adds flavor and nutritional benefits. Adding different combinations of herbs, fruits, and spices to your water can lead to endless combinations that are not only delicious, but extremely good for you. Helping to control bloating, because many women suffer from bloating due to excess salt or hormonal fluctuation. Water-rich foods such as lemon and cucumber can help control this problem. How does this link into relaxation? Well, if you infuse your drink with herbs that are linked to relaxation, such as sage, this often helps. What are the benefits of anti-aging? Well, if you add dark berries and pomegranate seeds, which are rich in antioxidants, this can help protect against the effects of aging. Let's talk about metabolism. Many fruits can boost your metabolism and help with weight loss, so be sure to add in your raspberries, strawberries, tangerines, and any other delicious fruit. Now, let's move on to the recipe for this Friday, which is watermelon and lemon mint. Ingredients: 1 small cup of watermelon pieces, 1 large lemon sliced, and a handful of fresh mints. Now for the directions, it's very simple. You just need a pitcher and add 1 small cup of watermelon sliced, 1 large lemon sliced, and a handful of fresh mint. Muddle ingredients and fill pitcher with ice water, and you're good to go. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
GMSKN. Fridays are extra special here at GMSKN, not just because it's the end of the week and what we like to call Friday, but also because it is time for Caribbean Connections. And this is when GMSKN gets to say good morning Caribbean.
Yes.
So it's also when we get to speak and share with you guests from around the region. Our Caribbean Connections guest this morning is musician Marcus Braveboy, aka Brave Boy from Trinidad and Tobago. Brave Boy has released music globally and has several collaborations with artists and producers in over 20 different countries around the world, such as Frances, Chad, Sunny Denda, Callum, Higby, 27 Clash, Casely, Malice, Richie Lou, Lynn, TNZ, Mariana Bull, Alban, Sheila, Alex Mayura, Liquid, and Walshy Fire of Major Lazer. We can go on and on, I'm sure we can go on about our next guest, but we should just let him speak for himself. So, welcome to you. Good morning, SKN, Mr. Brave Boy. So much of a pleasure to talk to you this morning.
Welcome.
Good morning, St. Kitts and Nevis. Greetings from Trinidad and Tobago.
Awesome. I always love the Trinidadian and Tobagan accent anyway, so that's great. One of my favorites in the region. I'm sorry, St. Kitts and Nevis. All right, so thank you so much for agreeing to join us this morning. And we know that you probably get this question all the time, but we really want to know, why Brave Boy?
So for my government.
We seem to be having some glitches with
My name is
connection.
Marcus.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can. Yes.
Yes. So my government name is actually Marcus Hilton Braveboy. So Braveboy is my real name.
Okay.
Wow, I
Oh.
love it. Awesome.
I actually thought Brave Boy was the change from the Hardy Boy.
So it's complicated, but the summary of it is I studied law and I also run my own social media agency. So I live two lives. I was this businessman who studied law, getting ready to become an entertainment attorney, and then
I don't know whose internet is. Oh my God.
this rapper, people need.
All right, so we heard about half of that, and it's unfortunate that I have to ask you again, but there seems to be some connectivity issues.
Yes.
So we got the part that you were this businessman, working in the legal field, about ready to become an entertainment lawyer, and then you were saying something about rap. Could you give us another part of it?
Yeah, so I actually live a double life. So it's almost like during the day, I'm this businessman going to meetings with companies, pitching my social media, services to them. And then in the night, I'm performing as a rapper in the clubs.
Ooh.
I wouldn't even ask you what your initial lyrics were like, because it's a merge of those two fields. It must be really interesting. Must have been really interesting.
And in the bars and yeah. It was very, very interesting. Just talking about being proud to be from Trinidad and Tobago, talking about my, how ambitious I am, and I used to talk about a lot of different things. But to cut along.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do apologize for that breaking transmission. Hopefully, Brave Boy will be back with us.
Yeah.
Yes, you're back.
Yes, I'm back. Okay.
Yes, you are.
So basically, as Mark. Mark Hardy was my soap, and some of them were controversial. One was a Satanist, one was on criminal charges. So I was like, you know what? My real name is cool, Brave Boy. Let me stick with my real name.
Oh, okay. Good stuff.
Fair enough.
Glad that you changed. Well, you said you studied entertainment law. While studying entertainment law, did you know that you were going to go into the field of becoming a musician?
So I have my LLB from the University of London. So I have a general law degree. I didn't do the bar, but I would say from the years of experience of, brokering my own contract, my own deals, meant law field. Even though I'm not a qualified attorney, I definitely would say that I do have a lot of knowledge and experience.
Why did you decide to skip the bar, Brave Boy?
I think that's you have to give up everything. That's very intense. And I was running my own business and pursuing a career in music, and both were doing pretty well at the time.
Okay.
So I decided if I could.
Yes, you're back, but again, apologize.
There's a lapse in between.
So you were saying that in terms of focusing.
Yeah, so I think law school is so intense that I think that it's something if you've ever spoken to anybody who's done the bar, it's so intense, like you can't do anything else. You have to have to solely focus.
Okay.
On law school, and I think yes, and I always felt like I could do the bar at any age.
Oh, indeed.
You're speaking to the choir, Brave Boy. You are speaking to the choir.
Yeah.
All right, so your exposure to music started at 15. you went on to win a Fresh Track 2010 on Heartstopper 91.3 FM in Newark, Delaware, USA. For your first single, you were the only non-American in the category. And congratulations, by the way. What was that?
Congrats.
Thank you. So I think I've always been a great networker, especially virtually, because I always felt like, you know what, I'm in this tiny island, and thanks to the internet, I was able to always DM and message my way into opportunities. And I started sending my song to college blogs, American college blogs, and one or two picked it up, and it actually became popular, you know, in the college circuit in America, and I won, you know.
Nice, congrats again.
Did you get any groupies at that time? I'm wondering. Did people know who you were? You know, what was going on there?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been pretty popular. I've always been on the social scene in Trinidad, so you know, I've always been popular. So you know, just, I would say groupies and attention. It wasn't necessarily new to me when I became an entertainer. It was just a natural transition, you know, like because I used to promote parties. I was a known person.
Okay.
On the island anyway. So it was just like, I hope I answered the question there.
Yes. Okay. Well, diplomatically, I see your logic kicking in, but yes.
Now I understand why your business, one of your businesses is IKE. I know everyone. Now I understand.
On the island, like people always be like, you know, if I go somewhere with somebody, they'll see me tell everybody hi, and they'll be like, "But you know everybody," you know. So I actually took that name and turned it into a business, and I'm like, you know what, you want me to do your social media? Well, I know
Good fun. Nice. I like that.
Everybody, so I connect you. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
All right, let's talk for a minute about the single Lyrical Apology. What was the ideology and message behind that?
So I was actually going through a breakup.
Oh, sorry to hear.
And I started writing the song from, you know, like from my perspective in terms of the girl hurting me, you know, my ex hurting me. But then I started to turn it around, and I was like, let me, you know, like naturally men are the ones who hurt women. So I think it would be more commercially appealing if I write it from that perspective. So it was like, excuse me, baby, but I hurt you and I'm sorry. By all means necessary, this is my lyrical apology, yo. You know, so I was like, I tearing his heart out, which is similar to my latest song. So it's almost like I made full circle. I started off doing breakup music, and I'm back with this song, Big Man Don't Cry, doing big breakup music as well. So
I have heard other artists say that, so I will definitely buy that now.
But yes, that sounded a lot for me, and I think especially in that US college market, I never believed that persons outside of Trinidad would love my music, and yeah, that sounded pretty well, you know, in its own way, especially in like college circuits at the time, because blogs were really popular 10 years ago, music blogs for persons who were in university in America.
Okay. So we are excited to share with our viewers your newest release, Big Men Don't Cry. We'll take a listen and come back after a break to talk about this.
You came into my life, made me feel alive, and I miss you there with me. will I survive if you're not here with me? I opened up my eyes and to my surprise, caught up in the lies, I was hypnotized. Putting on a smile, that was my disguise. Baby, you were gone, that was my demise. Cause I'm sitting here reminiscing about the times. Girl, I f***ed up and I never saw the signs. I miss you every day, who say big man don't cry. It's probably for the best and baby, God knows why. Came into my life, made me feel alive. And I miss you here with me. Love of my life. You with our next man, it is what it is. Cause now all my thoughts turn negative. Cause I'm sitting here just thinking about the times. How could I put this up? I guess I wouldn't know why. I miss you every day, who say big man don't cry. It's probably for the best and baby, God knows why. Came into my life, made me feel alive. And I miss you here with me. Love of my life, how will I survive if you're not here with me? Why, oh, why? Baby, baby, why, oh, why? Instead of singing lullaby, you be singing rockabye. Baby, baby, why, oh, why? Instead of singing lullabies, you be singing rockabye. Baby, you came into my life, made me feel alive. And I miss you here with me.
And we're back with musician Marcus Brave Boy, aka Brave Boy from Trinidad. So Marcus, we just had a listen at your single, Big Man Don't Cry. And the intent, can you tell us a bit about the intention behind this piece?
So I think just once again a continuation, as we mentioned, the emotions. And recently my father, who I love dearly, passed away. After being sick
Sympathies
for a few years. Thank you. And I was just in a very vulnerable and emotional place. And I started to think about men and emotions, but they feel like guys don't go through anything during a breakup, and guys, don't express their emotions, or women who complaining to me that, like the boyfriend or the guy they were dating, doesn't really express himself emotionally. So I wrote this song to show the world emotional state, and I decided to write from the soul.
Nice.
All right. Just a follow-up question, Brave Boy. Why do you think generally it is that big men don't cry, especially over a broken heart?
I think that as young boys, I think that we are taught that being expressing your emotion makes you soft. I'm sure you've seen a scenario where a young boy is crying and a father says, "Don't cry, like tough, you gotta be tough, don't cry." And I think that later on in life, we realize that for our men, encourages men, young men of all ages, to express themselves, and we shouldn't laugh at others when, that they're expressing themselves or going through heartbreak. Or so if we look at anybody from Kanye West to, mental breakdowns. And I think it could be because, they did not express themselves. They didn't cry, they didn't when they had to, and, that builds up and could cause you to have a breakdown. It's a very real thing.
And definitely a real thing, and you're absolutely right. I think being expressive is one of those things that we need to teach, boys and men to be. And especially when you're a musician, I guess that expression comes naturally, does it not?
Yeah, it does, but I would say it's taboo in the Caribbean because we listen to a lot of so our music is more about being a girl, feel like express, like tears. So I think I can remember Sizzler's song, Dry Cry, Even Tears, Even. So I think like that's a song that I really admired Sizzler for that vulnerability,
All right, so conversely to big men crying, we see that rather than express themselves, they often go off and commit violent crimes. And, I know you're not a psychologist, but I guess the question is this a result, do you think, of repressed emotions? And would it just not be better if we were able to speak exactly what's going on inside? Express that.
No, I think that's a great question, and especially in Trinidad and Tobago, the crime rate has risen a lot, especially as of recent. And the criminal, the age of the members of the gangs are getting younger and younger, and kind of somewhat being connected to that world. I see how it happens. And I feel like nobody's born a criminal. Everybody is born innocent, as babies, as toddlers, as kids.
Yes, indeed. So this song was produced by notable Trinidadian mentions, including award-winning Trinidad
and... At some point in time...
Go ahead, Brave Boy.
Yeah, no, sorry, I was just saying that I feel like it's definitely connected, men and emotions with crime, because I feel a lot of young boys are angry, maybe because of the breakdown in the home, the father not being there, or seeing mommy and daddy arguing, or, just not especially young men not having a father around. I think it really affects them emotionally. And if they're not able to express that from a young age or talk to somebody about it, the anger builds up. And I think that that's why one of the emotions and the psychology of what may turn somebody into a life of crime.
Indeed. So, Brave Boy, my question to you, can you tell us, how is it working with Trinidad and Tobago filmmaker Michael Molidar and popular model Sowan Bramble acting as your love interest in your music video?
Yes, so I have to big up, I have to big up my bro, Mikey Molidar. He's one of my best friends, and he had one of the most amazing films to ever come out of the Caribbean called Green Days by the river, which he has modeled all over the world. She is a beautiful young lady, beautiful sister. I think this is her first music video, and I'm so happy that she was open enough to to be my love interest in the video. And it was interesting. Because like video, but I think that's great acting, just being able to really pretend like you're in love, and that's the first time I ever met Suan, so we had to get comfortable with each other from 0 to 100. So she was very professional.
Nice.
All right, so that music video, where can we watch it? Where can we view it?
So I'm actually trying my best to be next week because I have to get it out before the param start and the carnival season start, you know. But I definitely, I'm gonna put, yeah, I'm definitely gonna push it globally. But still, I would love for my Caribbean peeps, especially, you know, those.
Yeah, Brave Boy, you're there. Okay, good. We lost you for a minute. So yes, you're saying you're going to push it globally, but you definitely want to push it regionally as well? All right, seems as though we've...
Big man cries sometimes, you know?
Yes, okay.
Can you hear me?
Now we can, yes.
Yeah. No, I definitely want to release it next week just to get it out there, especially to the Caribbean before.
Well, that's something that we're going to look forward to. I apologize again for this connectivity issue that we're having, but you know what? You've been a real trooper. And as I said to you before, we're in this together. So thank you so much, Brave Boy, for talking with us. Absolutely in this together.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. And I hope to visit St. Kitts Nevis one day. I love the fact that the Caribbean is connected more. You know, through the pandemic has allowed us to form in St. Kitts Nevis. If there are any festivals out there in St. Kitts, you know, shameless plug. There's an artist from Trinidad who's ready and willing.
Hey, listen, hey,
no shame in the game.
All with you on the shameless plug here, because definitely a talented artist you are, Brave Boy. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Indeed.
Best of luck to you. And when you come to St. Kitts, stop in at Studio 327.
Please do.
We'll do. And when the video releases next week, I'm going to send it to you all, hopefully, and share with the people of St. Kitts Nevis. Love
We
it.
will.
Definitely will. Definitely
Indeed.
will. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Have a great one.
Okay, take care.
You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, Brave Boy, much more after this short break.
It's Infused Friday. Welcome to today's recipe.
His attitude has completely changed, and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me go!
Let go what? Yeah, let's see what really happen. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
The weekend mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
Cheers.
An exotic experience.
Lake Health and Wellbeing is set to host a panel discussion this Saturday, December 3rd, 2022, entitled Reimagining Carnival, Creating a Healthy Drinking Culture. Here to tell us about it are then Tricia Blanchett and Abby Beho, Program Director and Founder of Lake Health and Wellbeing. Good morning, ladies. It's our pleasure to have you here this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having us. Always a great pleasure to be here. I think this is like second or third time that I'm here.
Celebrity, local celebrity.
So I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so much.
You are certainly welcome. So Reimagining Carnival. This is such a captivating title for a panel discussion. Tell us about how you coined it.
So I think persons know Lake Health and Wellbeing for the You're Too Sweet campaign, right?
Yes.
The jingle that we kind of have our heads, but also the advocacy work, the policy work, the webinars. So this is really a part of that campaign, culminating the year. So we're going to be addressing how can we look at Carnival differently by looking at how we consume unhealthy drinks, alcohol being a huge one. And it's a timely conversation because we know we love Christmas here.
Yes.
And Carnival and alcohol are, pretty much married, as well as the sugar beverages, right? So it's a conversation for awareness, insight, education, so that we can get some feedback to kind of drive the policies that we want to enforce.
Okay, I have a follow-up question. How do you think the promoters at Carnival will feel about you trying to promote healthy stuff and maybe cutting back on their drink sales?
Well, that is why this is such a historic event, right? For us to actually be on the Carnival lineup for this. So we are going to have them in the room as well to hear what they have to say, right? So we're going to have experts in the drug substance abuse field. We're going to have persons from the police and a young persons in the medical field, as well as vendors who it might impact, right? It will impact, not might impact. So we want to hear what comes out of that panel discussion, and looking forward to the takeaways.
I mean, we always encourage, the conversation is a difficult one. It can be when you think about the fact that we're encouraging people to reduce their consumption of these drinks. People always think, well, maybe that might affect the economy, but I think when we think about it, we have to put people up above the profit and health first. And we can also encourage the industry to really transition into reformulating their drinks so that they're healthier and transitioning to healthier options as well. So I think it's an opportunity for organizations and businesses to be creative about the products that they produce and trying to look at really creative options and healthier options.
You ladies are correct. So good luck with this discussion.
So there are a few words that stand out to me. Creating a healthy drinking culture. Healthy and definitely culture, because culture is a way of life.
Yes.
Obviously, this is something that's novel. So I'd like to know at the end of it, the end might be 10 years because it's going to be an ongoing process. I appreciate that. But you're having that discussion now. What is your ultimate goal?
Well, I think the ultimate goal is really for us to understand that we can have fun, we can live our lives, we can do everything that we aspire to do, but we can do that in a healthy environment. I think sometimes when we think about having fun, fun is associated with a lot of negativity, whether it's drinking a lot, binge drinking, whatever it is. But we need to reprogram our minds. Actually, we don't need alcohol and we don't need unhealthy practices to have fun and to live our lives. So I think the ultimate goal really is for us to transition to a place where we can say, you know, health is fun, health is cool. You know, in the long run as well, health is good for us. It expands our life, improves our quality of life. So a healthy lifestyle is so important. So I want us to transition to that kind of culture of health is of benefit and health is something that really we need to aspire to achieve, rather than looking at it as something that inhibits our life. We need to think of it as something that actually broadens our life and increases our lifespan and makes our lives better.
Indeed.
And that is why we're inviting persons to come, because they're going to be demonstrations of what can this look like in my real life, right? How can I make those mocktails, those drinks that I like, minding the sugar dosage, right? How can I move in my home to make sure that I'm staying healthy? I don't have to join a gym, break the bank. And then what are the local vendors on the island that I can pop into, and they are health focused, health conscious, to see their names, it's going to help them. So we understand it's a culture of change. It's more than an event, right? And so it continues beyond this event, but when you come, it's a discussion and also a demonstration, an exhibit. So you have some takeaways that you can say, how can I apply this to my real life when I go back home?
I love that you ladies are promoting longevity. So folks, listen to them. Yes.
Live long and prosper.
Yes, yes. So give us some insight into the effects that unhealthy drinking have on persons. And let's talk about alcohol per se.
Yeah, so I think when we think about events like Carnival, I'm not demonizing Carnival or anything like that, fetes or whatever it is, people indulge in a lot of like what we call binge drinking. And so we know the effects of that. We know the short-term effects of that, which is you get drunk, you feel unwell, you know, it impairs your judgment. But then there's also the long-term impact of that as well, which is it impacts your risks of developing non-communicable diseases. So alcohol is linked to the development of non-communicable diseases, and so that's why we're encouraging people to reduce their alcohol consumption so that they can reduce their risk of developing a non-communicable disease. But when we also think about unhealthy drinking, we're also thinking about sugar-sweetened beverages as well. So they contain a lot of sugar, and also consuming those is linked to developing overweight, obesity, and also non-communicable diseases. So we're just encouraging people to reduce their consumption, drink water instead, or low sugar options.
Okay, Abby, so can you give us an example of one of the NCDs that alcohol contributes to?
Yeah, so we know that there is a link between alcohol and breast cancer. So there's a slight increased risk of developing breast cancer consuming alcohol. So.
And then there's a mental health side of it, right? So there's alcohol that can really inhibit symptoms of depression. So you might feel excited in the moment when you're depressed, or you might feel in low mood. So those things you want to consider. It's not only the breast cancer and the diabetes, those things, but also the mental side of it that we know is a huge thing on the island and throughout the world. So there is a non-communicable challenge all over the world, and St. Kitts is in that number. So we want to make sure that we are doing what we can, because non-communicable diseases can be remedied by lifestyle changes.
Yeah, exactly.
Things we can do. Things we can simply do in our homes, just by education, just by reaching out. So we want to make sure that people have the information to make smarter decisions. Yeah. And just to like piggyback on what Teresa's saying about the mental health side, a lot of the times people turn to alcohol when they're experiencing difficult times or rough times. It's like an escape.
Yes.
But we want to encourage people to look at other options in terms of dealing with your mental health or dealing with things that are upsetting you. So there are more positive ways that you can address some of those issues, whether it's that you need to see a counselor, you need to have some me time, you need to open up and speak to your family members. So we encourage people to steer away from alcohol, because it really doesn't address the root cause of the problem. It might make you feel better for 2 seconds, but it really doesn't address the root cause of the problem.
Okay.
One of the things that I think I've associated with this time of year when we were talking about the drinking culture and alcoholism is the fact that I believe in these parts there has not been a lot of publicity surrounding the negative consequences of driving under the influence. When we go to these events and we consume large amounts of alcohol, we don't have the I don't know, the awareness campaigns that are out there saying don't do this. We just expect to get into our vehicles
and get
drive
home.
and get home,
Yeah.
whatever. And, you know, it's interesting that you're taking the stance on non-communicable diseases, etc. But in relation to the panelists, I know that you said that police officers will be there. So what slant are the officers going to take?
So we're going to see. You have to come to hear
That's the tease.
So I'm interested to see their contribution.
Yeah.
Because there's a social side to drinking, as you would have mentioned, right? So, and they are in the field, right? So they get firsthand what are the impacts of drinking, especially among our young persons, and then persons who are heavily stressed. So what can that look like? So you have to come. That's an invitation to see what insights they share, and it's not only their opinions. It's really the facts and the statistics for the island as well. And I think that would be helpful in helping us to rethink just taking a sip and how it impacts so much areas of our lives.
Yeah.
And quickly, who are the other panelists?
So who are the panelists?
Yes.
So moderator will be Patrice Harris.
Okay, nice.
Then we have Dr. Marissa Grant Tate. She's a medical oncologist. We have Dr. Al Pierre. He is the vice president of the Medical and Dental Association. We have Superintendent Cromwell Henry as well. And then we have Mrs. Karen Byron Keynes, who is the director of the Drug Abuse Prevention Secretariat.
I see.
So we have a nice panel, and then we'll also have a youth representative to give the youth perspective. But also within the room, like Tricia mentioned, we'll have different vendors as well that are going to be showcasing their products, their health-related products as well. So just come down and have fun with us tomorrow.
Yeah. I see the children are included as well. So there'll be vendors, children activities, exercise demos, free health checks.
Yes.
Along with the panel discussion, which aspect of this do you think patrons are looking forward to the most?
I feel like the panel discussion, because I feel like it's an interesting discussion. It's a different discussion.
Yeah.
So I feel like the panel discussion, I think people they'll always want to come down for health checks, so free health checks. So the Ministry of Health will be there administering free health checks as well. So I feel that as well is probably going to be the thing.
Yeah.
So we made sure there's a family event.
Okay.
So granny
Yes.
can come, the children can come, mom can come.
No need to get a babysitter.
Right, exactly.
Everybody comes
We'll
out.
have like
Nice.
little children corner. You can think about that there. Right. You can color everything while you listen to the panel discussions.
Yeah.
And the children won't be drinking any sweetened beverages.
No, there's no
juice, water.
They'll be drinking water, bread and water.
Bread and water.
So very quickly, where is it going to be, the venue, the time, that sort of thing? That's your camera.
So we are inviting the general public to come out December the 3rd tomorrow at the St. Kitts Marriott Ballroom. We will be there, Lake Health and Wellbeing, from 11 to 3 p.m. It's going to be a panel discussion, exhibits, children, activities, a full day for the family. We're looking forward to having you. It's a free event, and the samples will be free as well. So we're inviting you to come out. And if for whatever reason you're unable to come, it's going to be live, it's going to be broadcasted. So if you have another engagement, you can still weigh in on the conversation and the excitement.
Well then, Teresa, thank you for saying that, because after you would have done saying what you had to say, I was like, so can I view it? Because my Saturdays are busy, extremely busy. And the fact that I heard that the dentist is going to be there, I'm already thinking about what the alcohol can do to the teeth. So yeah, I just wanted to.
Yeah, you have to catch it on ZIZ. So ZIZ will be live streaming it, and then we'll probably also have highlights after the event.
Okay,
so
good
you
stuff.
can get the key points from the event.
Okay, good stuff, good stuff.
All right, great. Avi, Dentricia, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having
Our
us.
pleasure, as usual.
Always nice to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. More GMSKN in a moment. Stay tuned.
Where are you going? I just mopped the floor, and now the chair leaving marks all over the place. Come on, go in bed, see? Sometimes I just can't take you on.
Violence is expressed in many ways. Most, unfortunately,
go unreported or unaddressed for many reasons. If you or someone disabled is being abused, contact the police at 465-2241, social services at 467-1314, or the St. Kitts Nevis Association of Disabled Persons at 465-2151, 663-9077, or 663-4116. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
No cash, no card, no problem. JAD. Embrace the freedom.
Yeah.
Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao bango.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. It is that time for us to let you know what's happening. So the St. Kitts National Carnival Committee is inviting current and potential judges to register for a Calypso and Soca Adjunction workshop to be held on Sunday, December the 4th through Tuesday, December the 6th. The venue will be the C.A. Paul Southwell Media Center located in the Warner Park Cricket Stadium. Here's how you register. You can call 466-0058, that's 466-0058, or you can email info@skncarnival.com, or you can register at the National Secretariat in the E.C. Daniel Building on Keon Street. So for those of you that are interested, register now. The workshop starts from Sunday until Tuesday.
Alrighty, next up, Agri Christmas Night Market registration is now open. Free registration is now open to all vendors, meat producers, fishers, and agro-processors who would like to secure their spots for the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Marine Resources, and Cooperatives Agri Christmas Night Market on Thursday, December 22nd. Registration forms are available at the Baxter Public Market, the Department of Agriculture, Legreat Department of Marine Resources, and the Ministry of Agriculture on the 3rd floor of Government Headquarters. Interested persons are asked to contact the Ministry of Agriculture at 467-1016 for further information. The deadline for registration is Friday, December 16th.
The Clarence Fitzroy Bryan College has sent a notice that the deadline for the payment of CXC examination fees is Friday, the 23rd of December 2022 at 1:45 p.m. Fees must be paid in full for candidates to be registered to sit the May-June 2023 CXC examination. So don't spend all the money out on meaningless things. Save some money for your education.
All right, well, that's all that we have for what's happening, and that's basically all the time that we have for today's show. But as usual, of course, we want to thank you for joining us today for another edition of GMSKN, and we invite you to tune in daily to find a little bit of everything for yourself, and for those that you know, a little bit of everything for everyone. Get your friends and family to watch if you can, and remember to follow us on our social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube at Studio 327 Inc. and on Instagram at Good Morning SKN. Like, subscribe, follow, and share, and check out our website at studio327inc.com to learn more about GMSKN and Studio 327.
And let us know what was your favorite part of today's show. And remember to check out that interesting panel discussion. We want to get to the New Year safe and without NCD. So go, go, go. It's free. So leave us a comment. Let us know what was your favorite part of today's show. See you on Monday. Yes, Friday is over at 8 a.m. when you will start your morning with us. Right here. Yeah, with us. Myself and Jamie. Right here at Good Morning SKN. As usual, thank you for watching. Send in your comments. Remember to send in your video. Our anniversary is almost here. That will be on Wednesday? Tuesday, the 6th. Guys, the 6th. When you get up there in age, you kind of mix the days up, up there in age, not middle age. Yes. So send in those videos. Let us know how we impact you. And for those of you who would have been our guests, let us know how we have propelled you. And remember, aspire to suffer, but do it well. And have yourselves a great weekend, and see you on Monday. Thanks for watching.